The name Magokléptēs is rooted in Greek. It is either an adaptation of an earlier name from another language or the original designation for these creatures. It is widely believed, although not proven as an irrefutable fact, that early Greek magicians were the first to discover and name them. The earliest mentions of the Magokléptēs appear in ancient Greek literature, where they are referenced more than once, though never in great depth. The Magokléptēs originate from Perigoria and are still found there, but they can also be found in the Other as well as Earthside. It appears they discovered the Other through the various caves in Perigoria that, of course, are doorways between the two worlds. They appear to be able to travel to and from Earthside the same way we do, through the doorways in between. This magical creature generally takes up habitation inside of caves, hills, and outcroppings. They are most often found in smaller caves that either existed before they came to be their homes, or that they burrowed out themselves. While their claws are small, they are incredibly dense and powerful, which enables them to dig through many types of rocks, stones, and crystals in order to create their own little caves. Living inside of the various doorway caves is what gives many of these creatures easy access to Perigoria and the Other. They prefer to burrow straight into the side of caves, hills, or outcroppings, and do not typically build their habitations by burrowing straight down into any of these, or into the ground from the top down. Sometimes, the Magokléptēs will take up temporary or, on rarer occasions, longer-term habitation inside of the walls of structures. They typically live inside of the walls of a structure where magical items can be found. Many a magician or witch has discovered a Magokléptēs living in the walls inside of their home or dwelling, and magical universities, especially, have to do a purge or cleansing of sorts every so often to ensure there aren't Magokléptēs about living inside of the walls. The Magokléptēs have 3 fingers and 1 opposable thumb on each hand. What is particularly interesting is that some have 4 toes, while many have only 3. Their large ears allow them to detect potential predators or any other approaching threat, long before they themselves can be caught. These creatures vary considerably in size. The younger ones are generally only slightly larger than a human hand, but as they age, they can grow to as much as 3 times that size, depending on their age and how well fed they are. They are not solitary by nature, nor do they prefer to live in groups. From everything that has been gathered, they appear to sometimes live on their own, and sometimes form family groups or small social units. It seems that circumstances and personal preference dictate the living situation each individual Magokléptēs finds themselves in. As mentioned before, the name Magokléptēs is of Greek origin and literally translates as mage thief. While these creatures are magical in nature, they are not mages themselves. It is more likely that the ancient Greeks formed this compound word, as they often did, to describe a creature that steals magical items, which is exactly what they do from our perspective. However, there is a reason for this beyond simple theft. The Magokléptēs are irresistibly drawn to magical items of any kind. They appear to possess an inborn faculty deep within their very constitution that allows them to sense magical items from a certain distance. The magical items they can sense include trinkets, artifacts, crystals, books, or just about anything imbued with magic of any kind. Their thievery is not malevolent in intent. It is something done out of necessity and hunger. This magical creature feeds upon the magic embedded within the items it has taken. The most fascinating part is that they do not seem to drain these magical items of their power in the process. Magical researchers are still attempting to understand this phenomenon, but there appears to be some kind of mysterious cycle or reciprocal exchange that allows them to feed upon a magical item indefinitely while never depleting its essence. To put it simply, they seem to give back exactly what they take in some unknown way. This naturally leads one to wonder why they continue to steal magical item after magical item, if left to do so. All of our current research suggests that the Magokléptēs prefer variety and delight in the many different essences or frequencies with which magical items have been imbued. In short, they crave a variety of flavors and enjoy feeding upon various magical items, just as we enjoy eating a variety of foods. And just as each of us has our own particular tastes and likings, these magical creatures have theirs as well. They are also known to eat a variety of insects and have been seen, on occasion, eating the leaves of the vivicus tree, which is native to Perigoria. While we do not yet know all of the different kinds of magic the Magokléptēs are capable of, we do know that they can move about with incredible silence, making their detection extremely difficult. This ability seems to be a combination of an inborn physical capability and a form of stealth magic. Along with this, they appear to be immune to some magical wards, though not all, and are remarkably difficult to detect with any kind of detection magic. Magical researchers believe, however, that certain specialized detection spells and potions can still prove effective. Before I conclude, allow me to offer a friendly word of caution based on everything I have learned through my studies of the literature and my own fieldwork. If you find that you have misplaced a magical item, or especially if more than one magical item has gone missing and you have exhausted all other means of finding them and have not been able to do so, it may well have been taken by a Magokléptēs. One or more of these creatures may currently be inhabiting the walls of where you live, or, as I described earlier, they may have made their home in a nearby cave, hill, or outcropping. If you are interested in studying these remarkable creatures on your own, or if you have a more immediate need, such as locating one and recovering your lost magical items, please feel free to speak with me after today's presentation or at any later time. I will gladly point you toward the best literature available and share anything I have learned that may prove pertinent and helpful to your specific situation. Thank you. I hope I have been able to shed some light on the habits of the Magokléptēs. I plan to continue my studies and bring more to light in the future,